He wasn't a very good swimmer. I am Jason. You see, Jason was my son, and today is his birthday. Oh, I couldn't let them open this place again. Could I? Oh, my sweet, innocent Jason. My only child. Jason, look what you did to him. Oh, look what you did to him.
Everyone, that was Baby Cakes Mahoney! Now we have a saying in burlesque. Oh, by the way, dedication. She's like, no, Pamela Voorhees wears granny panties. Sparkly, sparkly granny panties. Another round of applause for that. Just I'm also our product person tonight. So as you see up here, if you bring out your phones, we have a saying in burlesque that it costs a lot of money to look this cheap. So, anything that you can give to tip her, that would be amazing. That's how we're making money tonight for our Peep Show Menagerie things. So anyways, did you enjoy that? Yeah! Super fun. There's actually going to be another performance tonight. Yeah! From Shivers as well, from award-winning, national award-winning, and also screeching, apparently, according to this, Akiva Siani. Shall I help me out later? Okay, so I think I've stretched enough time to say, how are you doing, first off, as I get away from that thing. There, how are you guys doing? Are you ready for our first frightening feature? Well, as long as I have the okay, as long as nobody's telling me no, I don't hear any no's. Okay, so then I would like to bring out my friend here to introduce the first film tonight, our first feature film. Please welcome to the stage from Fangoria Magazine and published author, Pat Jankowicz. I can't see you, Pat. Oh, there you are.
Hey gang, from August 1st, 1986, this is the Friday the 13th movie that kicked the doors off. There's a strong comedy vibe, there's a strong Frankenstein vibe. It's directed by a man who once played the killer bear for certain scenes in Prophecy. If you've ever seen that wonderful, there we go, major stretch out. Tommy McLaughlin also had done, he's got horror credit wazoo. Stephen King's Sometimes They Come Back, which became the first of the Sometimes They Come Back empire, which spawned several feature films as well as his TV miniseries. So many were made that Stephen King said he wanted the next one to be called Sometimes They Come Back for better service and low prices. So, Tommy McLaughlin will be with us tonight with a few surprise guests. He will be talking about his many fine genre projects. And that we are about to enjoy Jason Lives. Again, strong comedy vibe. Good to see your son, Harry Manfredi, composer of the theme. He also did the music for Southland, people.
Yep, and the children.
Can we bring Tommy out real fast here? Tommy, you want to say hi to the crowd before your film runs?
Yes!
Woo! There we go. You all look like mom witnesses to me from here. Tommy, tell us some stuff about this fine film.
Was it your idea to have me follow Baby Cakes? That was incredible. I thought that should, every one of these screenings should have that. Basically, yeah. And I bet Pamela's happy somewhere. What can I tell you? I don't want to talk about the movie. I don't want you to watch the movie. I'm going to attempt to do it in 4D, 0.05, which is obviously encounter and maybe death. But you'll see when we get into this. But there was one guy that wanted to be here. He's, the name in the title. And I wanted to introduce him on tape, and because he wanted to say hello to everybody. This is C.J. Graham. We roll the tape.
Hey everybody, Tom, hey, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
I feel like it's a little broken up. Anyway, Tom, what are you doing? Anyway, Tom.
What?
Tom.
What?
Get out from behind the curtain. What are you doing over there? You're embarrassing me, all right? Pay attention, okay?
Okay, I'm paying.
Hey everybody, I'd like to welcome you. I get to be the co-pilot. As you may remember, C.J. Graham, Jason Voorhees, Friday the 13th. Tom, stop flirting with the girls. Just because you're a director, all right? Buddy, you couldn't direct traffic right now, okay? I know you've done 40 films.
43.
Stand up straight.
I am.
What?
I said I am.
Yeah, a little broken up, but it's okay. Anyway, I'm gonna assume everybody can hear me. Hi, everybody. Welcome. Looking forward to this. Excited. I see some cast members. Hey, everybody. Nice to see you. And, Courtney.
Yeah.
Is that you?
Where's Courtney?
Tom.
Courtney, you up there?
Nancy Ann?
Yeah.
Hey, stand up for a minute.
Right there. Little Nancy Ann from the movie there.
You're so beautiful. And you've got children, I see. Well, let me give a message to those children.
Yeah.
Do you know that if I had found your mother back in 1986, you wouldn't be here today?
And you'd be in jail, dude.
Think about that. So, Tom, I know I can hear you. You break up when you talk a little bit, so I apologize if I talk over. Hey.
What?
Let's just spit it out. I get to be the co-pilot tonight.
Yes, you do.
I'm excited you guys are here. Tom, thank you for inviting me so much. I can't hear too much what you're saying, but anyway, everybody, have a great time.
Yeah.
You, the fans, thank you so much for the iconic being Friday the 13th, the franchise, everything you've done for us over the years, and the cast members, thank you so much for letting me work with you in 1986. So with that, Tom,
yes,
can you say good night, Tom?
Say fuck you, Tom.
Exactly. Good night, Tom. Enjoy the film, everybody.
Thank you.
Somebody help me! He's gonna kill me! What are you doing?
Yes.
What happened to it?
I don't know, but I say unless you want to look exactly like it, we make this place a memory right now.
Technology. Ladies and gentlemen, out there tonight? I didn't see him. No? Okay. All right, Harry Manfredini. The man has done this music for so many years. That ain't a Friday if it ain't Harry. Well, you know what? Last but certainly not least, I've not seen this little girl who's now not a little girl anymore. Ladies and gentlemen, the wonderful little Nancy that was on the screen, Courtney Vickery. That was a hell of a performance, I thought. The whole time I was sitting there going, man, she was great. All right, it's all yours.
Okay, Tom, let's start with... Tom,
What I forget? Oh, God damn it. Yes. Roger knows he goes with Cindy over here. Shit, I'm sorry. He'll never let me live this down either. He'll be bugging me for. And the fact that we still are all friends, you guys. I mean, that's amazing. We FaceTime, we text, we do pranks on each other. It's like a long family relationship. Okay.
Here we go. Greetings, everyone. Thank you all for coming out. You know, it's an honor to have you all here. Let's start with the man himself, Tom. How long a shoot was this? And where did you shoot?
Oh, we shot in Covington, Georgia, about an hour outside of Atlanta. How long a shoot was it? Shit, 32 days or something? I can't remember. That was it? Yeah, somewhere in there. But yeah, it was cold, but fun. We were all in our late 20s, and it was 6 days, all nights. So on Sunday, we'd go to Atlanta and dance all night, so we could sleep all morning. And she was the leader.
Impressive. Okay, we're gonna go down, and I want to hear your biggest memories of doing the film. Can we start with you, fine sir?
First of all, Vinny, I like your lines, hit the cherries and make the noise. Come on, Flash, get in the cell. Yeah, nice work. I love those lines. Nice. Did you off book right away? Yeah, all right. My memory is when we were killed. It was.
Well, we were not in Covington, Georgia with that.
Really?
No, we were in Griffith Park. They told Tom that after they saw a preview of it, that they needed one more kill.
3 more kills.
3 more?
I had 13. I was happy at 13.
Oh, we were one of
We need some
the
more.
add-on kills.
So it was in the middle of the night, things got long and it was cold and it was like 4 a.m. and originally when we were on the motorcycle, we were gonna be shish kebabbed and we were gonna be hanging like that. That was our special effect. Yeah. But you didn't have any time and the special effects didn't work. So he said, let's just do this thing. So there's Jason with a machete. And the camera's over on this side, and we're over on here. And he said, just put your arms out like this. Except the guy who's playing Jason has one eye, and it's a real machete. So when we got shish kebab, we weren't acting. We went, ah!
With that, we had blood bags in our mouths, and we were supposed to spit them as the machete went through. We were supposed to jump up as if we had been lifted, and then fall down dead and spit the blood out. And I kept wanting to have a fabulous spit, but it just kept dribbling down. And it was so mad. And we only had one dress, and we were fighting the light, but anyway, that was one of the fun parts.
You spit really well.
Thank you. All right. Also, Vinny had the title line of the movie. Happy Friday the 13th.
Yeah.
Hi everybody, I'm Vinny Gustafaro. I played the ridiculous Rick Cologne. Tom wrote me some of the best lines I've ever had in, I don't know, I've made 40 movies, and these are still the best lines I've ever had. So, that was the fun part for me, is he finally, because we had worked on a play before we shot this movie, and Tom finally trusted me, and so we were on the movie set. He had everything pretty tightly scripted, and I thought it was brilliant, but some of the times I was allowed to squeak and go off, and that's where Into the Cage Flash comes from me. You know, so he wrote Into the Cage, and I say Flash, and I end up developing a great relationship with Tommy Jarvis. My favorite part of the movie, oh God, that's really hard to say. But what I like about it is tonight, I always tune in on one thing, and tonight it was Harry's music. I just tell the story with his composition. We're going to get to him in a little while. Hi, Harry.
real roach? Is that a real roach you crushed in that scene?
Yes, that was a real roach. We had to run outside the cabin, find somebody that could find a bug big enough.
Control.
Yep.
Right, well, it's too late for that. And Tom told me, you gotta punch him, but you gotta punch him in a way that you can still see half his pop. So he was sticking with his Jason, theory of how do you kill people? Well, you just take parts from them. So anyway, yeah, that was a real roach. And I had a lot of fun in the scene when he throws me in the jail. And wow, that whole thing between the cage and the red dot. Here's my last thing. Technically, when she gets the jump on me, she points the red dot at me, and I had to turn around, according to our meticulous director here. The red dot was already aimed, and I had to turn around and make sure it landed.
Hit your mark.
That's right, hit your mark. So now, everybody here.
Hey. Not only did I fuck up with you, but the ex-wife, Nancy McLaughlin. Don't leave home without her. She did an amazing job. And you have no idea how fucking cold it was. Do you want to do that?
It was 18 below zero. The pond was, the puddle was heated. The showers were not. It was freezing. And it was so cold, it was icy. So it was supposed to be a quick little take off the money. I was screaming and squiggling to get out, and he wouldn't say cut. I kept waiting, cut, and he wouldn't. But I have a much better story. Remember when Sissy comes to the window and goes, "Who's out there?" I promise you, while we were editing, Tommy was editing, I consider the royalty, was editing that scene, the police came to our house, and there was a helicopter above, and the police were banging on our door. But Tommy was a little sleepy and didn't wake up. I did. And I ran to the front door, and the police were there. Well, actually, I opened the window, and then I ran downstairs. And I was trying to wake him up, and I couldn't. And then all of a sudden, he went to the window. Who's out there? Are you crazy? It's the police. The police are up there, Tommy. I couldn't wake him for about 20 minutes. I think that's the real story.
That was in the movie.
He was so stinking exhausted. He could not wake up or hear the helicopter or me pushing him. The police are here. We could be dying.
Why were the police there?
There was a burglar or something in the area, and nothing happened.
His little Nancy was named after you, right?
Absolutely. And Nancy also, this just cracks me up, because I refused to say who's out there in my underpants, and because I was Italian, I'm such a snob. I take it all back, but that's why I believe you wrote my character to be a little sarcastic. She would never say who's out there, right? Is that why when...
Yeah.
Are you mesmerized by me still? Still mesmerized by me.
Standing together, we're talking. Just like old times. All
Yeah.
right, now, Tom.
Tom Matthews.
Tom Matthews.
How much fun. The movie still holds up too, Tom. It's just so great. I sit back and I watch it. I see my mistakes and what I would have done different, but I always think about what we were doing and what we were shooting in, what we were doing. I'm sure you go through the same thing as you're watching it. And things that we could have made better, but overall, I think the movie's a great movie. And you guys, thank you all for coming on. I mean, it's just so amazing. If this is the first time you've seen it, really great. Thanks for coming on. We all really appreciate it. And if it wasn't for the fans, we wouldn't even be standing up here. But so, I want to thank you all. And I personally had a blast on the movie. We were on location. I was a young actor, and just happy to have a job, and working with Tom, he was so so chill and just so easy going, and of course Vinny and I, we've become very close friends. We have a cigar every now and again, and his beautiful wife Cindy, of course, and Darcy. Yeah, we're pals too. We'll be talking to her. We just had dinner before we came out. Anyway, I want to thank you all again. You know, you guys have been great, and hope you enjoyed the movie.
Tom, were you into horror before you just come off making the original?
I did Return of the Living Dead, and then I asked Tom, which was I did that a year earlier. Next year's the 40-year anniversary of that movie, and then 2026 will be the 40th year of this movie. But because I was curious, because I did pretty good in that movie, and I asked Tom if he cast me because I was in that movie, and he said no. But this was like recently. I asked him like 5 years ago, so I always already thought about it. Was I into horror? No, not at all.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I mean, I was into filmmaking. I learned a lot from filmmaking, from watching Tom and everybody just hanging out on the set and stuff.
Darcy, Can't Buy Me Love, and yet you showed up in one of the greatest horror sequels ever. Tell us about your best kill, I think, in the film's franchise.
Just after Can't Buy Me Love, I booked this, and I was in heaven, going on location and meeting new people and being young, and it's just so exciting, and I got to fight with Jason. What could be better? And we spent, a whole night in that bathroom sequence. And, I had bruises and I wore them like badges of honor the next day. I was limping, but I didn't care. I was like, look, I'm still alive. And, then I went on to do a John Avildsen film, a little director that did Rocky. Won a little thing called an Oscar, but my favorite director, ladies and gentlemen, Jordan McLaughlin. And we all get together and do signings and do these conventions, and it's unbelievable. It's the gift that keeps giving, this film, and I'm so grateful, and thank you guys for being here tonight. Thank you, everybody. All of you. Thank you.
No, it's always a pleasure, Darcy. Let's ask you to talk to you for a minute, dear son.
Hi, I've not been to this is my first time. I'm really glad I came out here. I have not seen the movie since I was for about 15, 20 years, and I realize now like how funny and witty the movie was, because I was so young at the time and I haven't seen it so long, and it's an awesome movie. And my favorite memory, probably being on set, how warm everybody was, and everybody treated me like a little girl, like that was family. And we stayed out all night, and then we got to go eat. I love the machete and the strawberry jelly, and I used to love telling people about it, and like cook it behind the scenes, and help do the trees, on the sides when it wasn't my scene. And I'm really grateful I got invited here. I haven't been to one of these, so. I'm not used to public speaking, but thank you very much for the awesome memory in my life. Yeah. Okay.
The question, one of the things, you're so good, there's a scene where you're sitting in bed, loads and loads of dialogue. There's a little girl sitting right behind you, staring at the director behind the camera. Yeah. And then it makes your performance jump even more. Because there's a little blonde-haired girl behind you just staring at the camera.
I actually remember her. I don't remember her first name. I was so young. But yeah, what's it? Jason standing out there?
No, the scene where you're in the bed when they're making sure
yeah, she was adorable. Yeah, she was my little buddy during the set. So yeah, we had so much fun. Tom was such a great director with all the kids and his wife. Yes.
Your namesake.
Yes. And it was a memory that I cannot be forgotten. I got to bring my daughter. She's 18 now. So pretty cool. She's leaving. She's like,
Holly, have you ever seen the movie before?
Not fully.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I was gonna bring my 9-year-old too, but then I realized that it probably wasn't a good idea. But I saw it at 9. He loves horror movies, but baseball tonight. But he was really excited to come. But I videoed some for him. Anyways, thank you so much for having me, and
you got anything to say? Oh.
The man of few words. God, I love this movie. I really love this movie. And thanks to Tom for giving me the chance to write probably about 12 of the best cues I ever wrote in any movie. That first one, I got lost coming here, and I'm going like, oh, I'm gonna miss the opening. Damn it, I love it. Anyway, Tom, you guys all in the movie. I've killed all of you, I think. But Tom and I went through. No, that's right. You're still here. Well, maybe later. Tom and I went through a lot of stuff, and things that we know that probably no one else. How old is your daughter, by the way?
19.
Oh, 19. Is there anybody here like really, really young? Is there like
13-year-old right there. I saw him for the first time here.
13? Because I've got a great line.
His father's terrible.
Cover your ears. We had a screening at Paramount. Remember that?
Of course.
And it was all, I don't know, a couple hundred people, right? Writing notes and giving us notes. And, but only people who love Friday the 13th. There were no ringers or anything. I mean, this audience was ready. And they went bonkers, okay? But the best part, some of the best parts was getting the writing back. More kills. This is great. More kills. Jason needs to kill more people. It was just like one after another. And then, Tom, what do? We went out and how many?
Yeah, I mean, amazingly, we were under budget.
So,
Still we're under budget.
So Tom, we were all under budget.
Yeah.
But Tom in his, in his coolness, because there's so many little subtle things. Karloff place and Cunningham Road, and he had all sorts of little cherries and things buried in this movie. And if you go through it again, you'll see all kinds of things. But one of the things was he had 13 kills. And he thought, wow, this is cool. We're going to have 13 kills. Oh, no. Nay. When that bell rings, the bell rings every certain amount of time, and you got to knock somebody off. So Tom went out and knocked off a few people. But have you ever been in a theater with an audience like that audience at that Paramount screening? These people were going nuts. I mean, they went crazy. But do you remember the classic line? Remember the one guy had the laser thing, and he was pointing it at the screen, showing, hey, she's over there. No, all kinds of stuff like that. But the classic line was in this scene with the van.
The Winnebago.
The Winnebago. Now, I want you to cover your ears. Okay? Do you remember the line, Tom?
No.
Oh, somebody, these people talk to the movie. You idiot, what are you doing? Yeah, right, yeah, go out and look, good idea. They just talk to the movie the whole way. Anyway, here's the van bouncing up and down, and this and that. And we're sitting up watching it. It's like Frank Mancuso Sr. We were all sitting there. And one guy says, if Jason don't fuck, nobody does. Do you remember that? I wrote it down. Anyway.
They were so loud.
Well, the place went crazy. Anyway,
I gotta ask.
first of all, for me, it's a pleasure.
How'd you do the
Yeah.
What made you think of that?
Please.
The
Yeah.
that's me.
Wow.
And you owe me a nickel, because every time that happens, I get a nickel. Anyway, no, that goes all the way back to part one. And it's become the Jaws of Friday the 13th. Anyway, I'm done.
What made you come up with the,
Yeah, the kill,
what made you come up with
What made me come up with it is, in part one, I don't think I'm gonna give anything away. You know, we don't see the killer till reel 9. All we have is POV of the camera doing. And my problem dramatically was, how do I get the killer into the movie without seeing the killer? And at the time I was studying something, I thought, well, maybe a voice. But thank God for Betsy Palmer, because if you remember the last scene, and there are last scenes where she's chasing Adrian, there's a close-up of her mouth, and you hear Jason's voice going, "Kill her, mommy," and then she goes, "Kill her, mommy." She says it, it goes back and forth. And I said, holy smoke, she hears voices. So I took kill, K-I, and ma, and A, and I went to a microphone and went, and then I echo repeated it. And that's me.
Nancy, quick question. You're one of the most self-referential people in the Friday the 13th movie. You mentioned watching a bunch of horror movies, and then you offered Jason money to prevent your death, which you would know would not work.
I never watched horror movies. The only reason I don't know why he wrote me the way. I know that's why I didn't have my clothes off. I know that's why I didn't have sex or do drugs. I know that's why, but I have no idea why I was offering him money. That would be so dumb. That is a dumb thing to do. But I do have an American Express card with Easter eggs all over them. If anybody's intrigued, I shall show you.
Did you know Tony Goldwyn would be so big after this?
Who had a clue, but we had the best 3 days. I mean, it was amazing, and he had just gotten married, and he was because we all know when you're acting, you're not really acting, you're just freezing and bonding with people. And so I froze and bonded very well with Tony Goldwyn. I really.
You're very good, fella. It's the earliest kill. You're very, after the two guys, after the guy in the graveyard, it's very disturbing.
You're very gracious.
There was a big commercial on it.
Don't leave home without it.
Don't, American Express.
As someone in the audience referenced.
Don't leave home without it. That was the funny part.
Oh my God, she's got her card.
I've got my American Express.
I have to defend myself about offering the money. This last night I saw the new Strangers, right? And there's always that moment where it's like, what do you want? It's like, well, if somebody looks like they're gonna hurt you, don't you wanna like give them money and do something, stop them? But there you go.
Don't leave home without it.
And there was always somebody that would say, thank you for whoever did it tonight.
You know, one of the things I liked is the two boys, Rosencrantz and Guildenstern. Yeah, tell us about, how did you get that in? It was so funny and so referential. You were playing with the material, you know? Yeah. I mean, tell us about that, the two boys.
Little Rascals. I'm a big fan of Little Rascals, and I wanted to have that sort of dryness of that they were masters at, those kids. And the same thing, all the comedy, and this is what made Tom really stick out with me. And that rapport and that wise guy banter is what I wanted to do with it. So everybody's sort of like a little sharper, a little more, witty about things. And that was the thing with the boys. It was that same idea. I wanted to give them something that.
The scene with the Indian and the rocks.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, that was purely Tom Fridley. Sorry. It's purely. I just said, you know what to do. And just took that one take, and I said, thank you. That's great. We moved on. But yeah, I wish Tom was here tonight. He's up in Vegas and working. But he's incredible.
Was Mick Garris surprised by your homage to him with the sheriff?
Yes, he was. Yes, we've been good friends for a long time.
Homage to everybody. I mean, Stephen Banks is here, I believe, this evening, and that's Stephen.
Mm-hmm.
And not played by Stephen, and I still don't know why Stephen plays Stephen.
Wow.
I wasn't in the union yet.
Oh, Confederate man, eh?
Stephen Banks Home Entertainment. Wow, very great. Wow.
Yes, Stephen Banks Home Entertainment.
Let's do one question more, and then we can move to the lobby.
Yeah, you know what? Let's open it up to the crowd. People want to ask some questions? Come on, don't be shy. You, back there in the cheap seats.
Yes. I know that a lot of the movies, like in the mid to late 80s, had like a problem with the MPAA.
Talk louder, sir. Don't be shy.
Yes. I know that a lot of the movies in the mid and late 80s have problems with the MPAA, like cutting different scenes. And I noticed that, like in almost every kill, the point of impact, I call it, was missing in a lot of them. Was that an issue with the MPAA? Like, was there more film?
Yeah, there was no MP. You're right. I didn't notice until I saw it now tonight. There was no nudity in this. The mobile home scenario was a lot crazier as a kid when I saw the movie.
You want to take that one, Darcy?
Hey, Darcy, why was there no nudity in the mobile home?
Well, yeah, I mean, that wasn't sex. We were just dancing. I don't even, I asked I was a little concerned. Do I have to take my top off? And Tommy said, no, you don't. I mean, there's two theories. I mean, one is, I think that, I don't really remember, but I think that's the story. Or the other one is, you came to me and said, well, the producer said there's no nudity in this film. Will you take your top off? And I was like, already signed the contract. Ain't gonna happen. That's not the real one. It's the first one. Okay. So yeah, I was like sweating.
I went to your dressing room. I said, if you show them to me, you don't have to show them.
There you go. No, I mean, I really, when she said she was uncomfortable, I said, I want the comedy to play, that was she made the call, I said, okay.
I think, I think what the guy meant is the violent part of it. And what Cindy was saying is, like, isn't a great example in the scene when we get killed, there's a plexiglass thing over by the camera, and we turn and spit blood, and the screen was, it was brilliant on your part. But you said that they cut all violent stuff at that time.
Well, they told me going in, look, they're gonna tear this thing apart. So shoot it in a way that if you have to cut around things, you can. So I did a lot of things a couple different ways. But when everybody says, where are the missing scenes? There's no scenes missing. Some box someplace has all these tiny little trims because we had 9 screenings for the motion picture rating board. And they kept picking on something else and picking on something. And the thing that they wouldn't let off on during 7, 8, and the 9th one was the sheriff's back bend. Not a drop of blood, nothing. I had to take 2 cut back and forths out of that before they were beaten okay. I go, what? I mean, I don't have blood. I mean, the one cop's head opened up and you saw, part of his brain come up. There was a lot of things, triple decapitation. We saw all that, and they took all that stuff away. But that was the one they picked on. Go figure.
I have a question for tonight. I saw Jason being totally destroyed by that thing in the underwater. How was his body together?
Just hit him in the face. Did you read the script? Correct, Gracie, tell them about your home.
Okay, so the bits and pieces we saw on the screen was
Yeah, sure. He rock and rolled, but he just got chopped here. And the next movie shows are that.
Any more questions for illustrious cast, crew, and composer? Anybody? Right over here, you. I know shit. Over there in the corner. We got him. Who's the one? You. Timid one.
What was the experience like filming the final scene underwater?
I got a question. Are we ever going to see a director's cut, Tom? Yeah. That would be so. No?
That's it.
Huh.
It's all pieces. There's nothing to complete the show.
I was lucky enough to be in. I'll answer your question in 1 second, but I was lucky enough to see Sheriff Garris's death in the dailies. No music, no soundtrack. It was so pure and just boom. and we only got to see the end of it in the movie, and it was just so frustrating. As far as the underwater stuff, it was a lot of fun. Once we got settled in, because we were down about 15, 20 feet in a pool, and that underwater scene took place in a couple different places, but my particular stuff was in a pool in the city of Industry. And once your ears get popped and you get acclimated, because we were down there for, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 minutes each scene. There was scuba divers off camera, so whenever you wanted oxygen, you would just hit your chest, and they would give it to CJ and myself, and that's kind of how it went. It was pretty controlled.
USC Olympic pool.
It was a huge pool.
They shot your nothing's piranha in that pool.
How did CJ with the mask on get oxygen?
And somebody would come down and do it real quick. But only the chopping up is at my dad's.
Yes, that's what I
Fucked up his filter real good.
By the way, how the hell did you get Mickey Mouse on the road that was shooting the bloody orange bar movie?
I just did it. I don't know.
Don't tell anyone!
Any more questions for our peeps?
Right here.
Oh, you sir. We're going to use
I
it.
thought that you were touching like Tubular Bells in the soundtrack, or
Like, you're in touch of Tubular Bells. Let me ask you something. And the soundtrack.
Do you mean the piece tubular, or did I use to, there's two things. The piece tubular bells, Michael, is that what you're talking about? Because I used tubular bells also, like when he was stabbing him and the thing, it was like he was dead. But, it sounds like tubular bells, because I never even thought of Michael Oldfield when I was doing that. But all it is, how can I explain it to you? Do you know a lot of music? Okay, well, there's a thing called an ostinato, which is like obstinate, the word obstinate, it won't stop, but it's all chopped up, and then you put an accent on random ones, and that's what actually tubular bells is to see the same thing. So technically, it is the same rhythmic stuff, but I wasn't, believe me, I wasn't thinking of tubular bells. Should I tell my secret?
Yes, please.
Well, you were talking about Darcy not having a top
Darcy
on.
depriving us of nudity in the mobile home.
I did score reel 2 with no clothes on. That counts.
Hey, there's going to be a 15-minute intermission if you want to meet the cast and crew in the lobby and ask them or have them sign your materials. Sound good?
We gotta get David Ross.